Probably the biggest news of the year has to be around Chris Bumstead so far. First, he retired from competitive bodybuilding after winning his 6th Classic Physique Mr. Olympia in a row, and then, after 2 weeks, he announced he was coming out of retirement to do an open show at the 2024 Prague Pro, which will be held 5 weeks after the 2024 Mr. Olympia. This isn't any new information, I'm sure all of you are aware of that. However, there's been a turn of events and more people are speculating that Ramon Dino is going to chase CBum into open at this show as well. This is not officially confirmed yet, these are just rumors and discussions between fans and some of the Brazilian Instagram pages. But here in Romania there's a saying, there's no smoke without fire, so it may actually happen. Especially since Ramon didn't do too well at the Olympia, placing 4th, and then presenting a similar, more underwhelming physique a week after at that Brazilian Olympia. Ramon might want some redemption, and what better way than actually trying to defeat his fiercest adversary in classic physique, Chris Bumstead himself. If this comes true, I believe the EVLS Prague Pro can become even more interesting than the Olympia if it wasn't already with CBum's open confirmation. Saying all that, it's only natural that on this channel we're going to do a comparison between Chris Bumstead and Ramon Dino. And I know what you're thinking, you've seen this 1000 times before, so you know I'm not going to leave you with that. What's going to be different this time is that we're going to see Chris Bumstead versus Ramon Dino compared in all 8 open bodybuilding mandatory poses. There will be 4 different poses in which we usually don't see these two compared. We're going to leave out the classic favorite pose and add both the lat spread poses, the side triceps, and the most muscular into this mix. I'm going to use their versions from the 2023 Mr. Olympia, where I feel like both of them were better than in 2024. Ramon was better for sure. Also in 2023 they hit all these different poses that are not mandatory in the classic physique division, so there's another strong argument for using these variations. Front double biceps. This has always been a close pose between these two, and while it may be true that Chris Bumstead's epic look is already ingrained in our minds, objectively speaking, I can't help but notice that Ramon would have a few stronger points when it comes to this pose. Obviously, the arms are the department where Ramon is better than Chris Bumstead. It's true, CBum has the better detailed arms overall, but Ramon has the rounder, more complete biceps, the fuller tricep sweeps, and especially the way better forearms. Maybe having bigger and fuller arms wasn't as important in the classic physique division, but in open, this aspect may weigh more. Furthermore, Ramon presents a very aesthetic look here, which has become very important in open as well. His vacuum is not as impressive as Chris's, but has the better detailed abs. Ramon's lower body is impressive. Maybe he doesn't match CBum's quad development here, but he has way better calves, which gives him a more complete look. Now, Ramon's issue will be the posing, because we all know there's a discrepancy there between him and Chris. Ramon usually doesn't fully lock in the poses and he tends to shake while posing, while CBum has perfected the art of posing. But as they look here in these pictures, Ramon's physique might actually look better for open. He's got the more complete look. He's denser overall. Next is the front lat spread, and this is a pose where Chris is the big favorite. He's got a way wider structure than Ramon. I mean, Ramon looks more than decent in this pose, despite his narrower shoulders, because he's got a tight waist, a nice midsection, and pretty decent lats. But Chris Bumstead is at a whole other level in this pose. I'm so curious to see his open stage look, because here's a guy who could finally dethrone Dorian Yates as the king of the front lat spread. In this comparison, CBum has the wider structure, the better lats, the longer and thinner arms, which is always an advantage in this pose. His proportions are simply more suited for this pose, so unless Chris misses his peak completely, he will defeat Ramon Dino every time in the front lat spread. Side chest is next, and this is another pose that CBum nails in classic physique. He's got a very strong side leg and a full and detailed chest. Where Ramon could capitalize is the thickness of his arms and shoulders. Again, his biceps are low inserted, he's got thicker triceps, bigger forearms, and nice and round shoulders, which all add to his overall upper body thickness. He would need a bit more fullness through the chest, and at least based on the pictures, he could rival Chris Bumstead. His issue again would be the execution of the pose. In video footage, it really becomes a visual discomfort sometimes, especially against C-Bum, who always nails his poses. Back double biceps, and from the back is where I feel like Ramon could beat C-Bum. Now sure, Chris still looks like the winner of this pose at first sight. He made sure to improve on this pose a lot since he first came out, especially the way he holds it. But when you take a closer look, you can notice that Ramon has better muscle separation through the back, especially in the lower lat region. Ramon's limbs also impress me, being more well-rounded overall. The areas where he needs to improve are more lat width and the execution again. I still believe Chris Bumstead wins this pose overall, but this is probably the closest one in this comparison so far. The back lat spread is the only pose I couldn't find any picture for Ramon, except for this screenshot from his Pittsburgh Pro guest posing this year. Of course, we will not be able to make a definitive decision based on what we have here. However, there's a strong argument that Ramon will probably lose this pose against C-Bum. Just like in the front lat spread, C-Bum is wider and also has the wider lats, which are crucial things in the lat spread poses. We're going to leave this pose with an asterisk, but I feel like C-Bum is still the favorite. Side triceps is next, and we have these front variations of the pose, which they should not be hitting on an open class stage, as the judges made it clear a front stance of the side triceps is not acceptable. We also have the side variation from C-Bum from back in 2020 and a side variation for Ramon from 2023. Ramon is not showcasing the side leg here, but he actually did a proper execution of the side triceps in 2024. Now, he wasn't the most polished in 2024, but seeing all these variations of the side triceps, I feel like this is a pose where Ramon goes in as the favorite against C-Bum. He presents more overall thickness through the arms, and he's got a more detailed midsection, which is important in this pose. C-Bum's vacuum choice in the side triceps might not be the best one if you ask me. The abs and thighs is another pose where, in theory, Ramon should be favored over C-Bum. Now, C-Bum has the thighs, which is crucial as well, but when it comes to the midsection, Ramon presents way superior cuts and definition. Ramon needs to make sure he improves on those legs to shorten the gap between him and C-Bum. He should also try to flare his lats more in this pose, as C-Bum has always looked kind of narrow in the abs and thighs, so Ramon could capitalize on that as well. All in all, it would be close, but I have Ramon as the favorite when it comes to the abs and thighs. The last pose is the most muscular, and we have two different variations from them here. I feel like Ramon is more gifted for this pose, having the fuller arms, but C-Bum's wider structure and great chest and shoulders compensate for that. We also have this footage from the pose down at the 2023 Mr. Olympia, where both of them hit the crab variation. Chris Bumstead looks very nice and polished through the chest, shoulders and traps, but once again Ramon is not that far behind, and he responds strongly with bigger and fuller guns, which are a central focal point in the most muscular. This could mean that Ramon could have an advantage when it comes to this pose. Now, as you probably have noticed, I judge this more from the perspective of open bodybuilding, because when it comes to classic, Chris Bumstead kind of won decisively in this comparison, in my opinion. So I believe in classics, Bum wins the front double, but in open, Ramon could look better, having the more compact look and the superior arms. The front lat spread is C-bomb every day. The side chest could go to Ramon because of thicker arms, but I still have C-bomb as the favorite for his chest, side leg and overall presentation. The back double could go either way, with Ramon having the ability to surprise Chris Bumstead. Genetically, he's got a better back. The back lat spread is C-bomb's most certainly. In the side triceps, I think I have Ramon as the favorite, as well as in the abs and thighs. The most muscular is close, but Ramon could expose C-bomb's weaker arms. So yeah, overall I still think Chris Bumstead will still be the favorite, because out of the 4 new poses in open, he wins the lat spreads hands down, while Ramon may be the favorite in the other 2, but it is more debatable. Now, if both come at their 100% in open in Prague Pro, assuming Ramon will do the show as well, this could be a very close fight. I certainly wish for Ramon to jump in the show as well and deliver the spectacle we were denied at the Olympia. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Don't forget to like this video for the algorithm and subscribe for more videos like this. See you next time.